I had always bought and sold stuff my entire life, and then my dad opened up a small coin shop when I was 16. I worked with him, and then together we opened up a secondhand shop, and then we opened up a pawn shop. So it's all I've ever done. I enjoy doing it.
He is the most mysterious scammer ever. These startling words reverberated through the courtroom as a witness openly accused Rick Harrison during a recent trial. Fans of the globally popular reality TV show Pawn Stars were left in disbelief upon hearing the news. Rick Harrison, known for his sharp business skills and extensive expertise in antiques, had been sentenced to life in prison. What led to the downfall of the man who always seemed to dominate every negotiation? Could there be a hidden truth behind his composed and knowledgeable demeanor? Stick with us as we delve into the rise and fall journey of this Pawn Stars icon, from zero pinnacle to legal troubles. Richard Kevin Harrison, widely recognized as Rick Harrison, is an American entrepreneur and television personality born on March 22, 1965 in Lexington, North Carolina. Rick's journey to fame on Pawn Stars was marked by numerous challenges. At the age of 2, his family relocated to San Diego, California, where he spent the majority of his early years. Rick faced a tough childhood, particularly after being diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 8. This condition often kept him out of school, leading him to devote much of his time to reading. These formative years of self-directed learning helped Rick develop an extensive knowledge of history, which later became a key asset in his career. His battle with epilepsy ultimately caused him to leave school during his sophomore year of high school. Rather than viewing this as a setback, Rick used it as an opportunity to educate himself, focusing on subjects like business and history. This self-taught expertise would eventually shine through in the impressive knowledge he displayed on Pawn Stars. During his teenage years, Rick began collaborating with his father, Richard Benjamin Harrison, known as the Old Man, on various business projects. These experiences allowed him to develop an early knack for evaluating the worth and authenticity of items' skills that would later serve as the cornerstone of his achievements. At 17, Rick's girlfriend, Kim, became pregnant, leading the two to marry. They had 2 sons, Corey and Adam, but after 8 years of marriage, the couple decided to part ways. In 1981, Rick's family relocated to Las Vegas, Nevada, where his father established the gold and silver coin shop. By 1989, the business evolved into the gold and silver pawn shop, which would later gain fame as the central setting of the television show Pawn Stars. The initial years were challenging. Rick and his father faced numerous obstacles, from handling difficult customers to navigating risky situations, all of which honed his negotiation abilities and sharpened his business expertise. In the early 2000s, Rick established himself in Las Vegas as an authority on collectibles and historical artifacts. Recognizing the entertainment possibilities within the world of pawnbroking, he began developing ideas for a reality TV show that would showcase the daily operations of his pawn shop. Despite facing numerous rejections initially, Rick remained determined. After years of persistence, he secured a deal with the History Channel in 2009, leading to the creation of Pawn Stars, a show that offered audiences a glimpse into the intriguing world of pawnbroking, featuring thrilling deals, unique antiques, and captivating historical narratives. The show starred Rick, his son Corey Big Hoss Harrison, his father Old Man Harrison, and their close friend Austin Chumley Russell. Together they evaluated, purchased, and sold valuable historical items, often engaging in intense negotiations. Upon its debut, Pawn Stars became a massive success, transforming Rick from a local pawn shop owner into a television personality. His candid communication style, sharp bargaining abilities, and vast knowledge made him a fan favorite. Rick's signature phrase, "The best I can do is," became instantly recognizable as he delivered his final offer on items. Beyond entertainment, Pawn Stars also served an educational purpose by sharing fascinating historical insights about the objects brought into the shop. This unique approach helped the show appeal to viewers of all ages, cementing its status as one of the History Channel's most popular programs. Rick Harrison, known for his success with Pawn Stars, has experienced his share of personal challenges. After his first marriage ended, he wed Tracy Harrison, and the couple remained together for 27 years before divorcing in 2011. 2 years later, Rick married Deanna Burdett in a memorable ceremony officiated by Danny Coker, star of Counting Cars, with Chumley serving as the ring bearer. Although Rick tends to keep his family life out of the spotlight, the rare occasions he speaks about his wife and children on the show reveal his deep commitment to his family and his ongoing effort to balance fame, career, and personal relationships. Beyond Pawn Stars, Rick expanded his business ventures by launching Rick's Rollin Smoke BBQ and Tavern at Pawn Plaza, located next to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. In 2011, he also co-authored License to Pawn Deals, Steals, and My Life at the Gold and Silver, offering readers a glimpse into his life and career behind the scenes. As a savvy entrepreneur, Rick is constantly seeking opportunities to grow his brand and broaden his business operations. His expertise in valuing items is evident in the countless deals made on Pawn Stars, ranging from historical documents and vintage cars to unique artifacts. Despite his extensive knowledge, Rick doesn't hesitate to consult experts when encountering items outside his expertise, an approach that reflects both his prudence and sharp business sense. One of Rick's most remarkable acquisitions was a 2001 New England Patriots Super Bowl ring, which he bought for $2,600, an item that later proved to be worth significantly more. Another standout purchase was a set of Spanish gold coins recovered from a 1715 shipwreck, highlighting Rick's deep appreciation for history and rare, valuable treasures. Although Rick achieved significant success, his journey has not always been without challenges. In 2023, he unexpectedly found himself at the center of a federal investigation, leaving fans and those close to him stunned. Agents from the FBI, IRS, and the Department of Cultural Heritage Protection carried out an extensive search of Rick's Las Vegas residence and his gold and silver pawn shop. Eyewitnesses present in the store described the scene as something out of a movie, with employees and customers being held while agents confiscated computers, documents, and numerous artifacts from the premises. Corey Harrison, Rick's son, was at the location and later remarked that the events unfolded so rapidly it felt almost unreal. Footage of Rick being escorted from his home by Secret Service agents quickly gained traction on social media, fueling widespread speculation. As more information surfaced, it was revealed that authorities were investigating claims of a complex tax evasion operation, money laundering, and the sale of artifacts potentially linked to illegal origins. The investigation was reportedly triggered by suspicious transactions flagged by financial institutions and complaints from several former business associates. Rick has remained composed despite the storm of public opinion, continuing to manage his business while awaiting the investigation to resolve the matter. Although the challenges have been significant, it's undeniable that Rick Harrison is among the most influential figures in reality television. From a studious young boy to a thriving entrepreneur and the face of Pawn Stars, Rick's story exemplifies resilience, skill, and adaptability in the face of adversity. Before we continue, please take a few seconds to subscribe to our channel, All Profiles. Your support means the world to us. In the aftermath of the raid, the History Channel paused production of Pawn Stars, releasing a brief statement that it was closely monitoring the situation and would decide on the show's future as new details emerged. Meanwhile, the gold and silver pawn shop stayed operational, though customer traffic declined sharply due to the legal controversies surrounding Rick Harrison. Rick's representatives swiftly denied any allegations of misconduct, asserting that the investigation was a misunderstanding that would soon be resolved. His lawyer, David Marshall, a well-known Las Vegas attorney with extensive experience representing high-profile clients, emphasized that Rick had always conducted his business with transparency and in full compliance with the law. Nevertheless, when the investigation unfolded, a series of unsettling revelations came to light. Authorities asserted they had evidence showing that Rick orchestrated a sophisticated scheme to intentionally undervalue certain historical artifacts, thereby lowering his tax obligations, while secretly selling these items at their full market value on the private market. Investigators further alleged that Rick acquired numerous stolen artifacts through intermediaries, including documents of notable historical importance and items belonging to museums and private collections. Court documents later disclosed that the investigation was initiated after a former employee of Rick's decided to speak out. This individual claimed to have been directly involved in acquiring many of the valuable items and provided details about a covert accounting system used to document sensitive transactions that Rick intended to keep off official records. Shortly after, Rick was arrested but released on bail the following day and quickly appeared in court. He faced multiple serious charges, including tax evasion, money laundering, trafficking in stolen property, and conspiring to illegally acquire historical artifacts. Attorney David Marshall continued to assert his client's innocence, but the prosecution's pressure intensified. The trial stretched on for nearly a year, with a continuous flow of evidence being introduced. At first, Rick firmly denied all allegations, but as former colleagues began testifying against him, his circumstances grew increasingly grim. The prosecution unveiled a substantial collection of financial records, encrypted communications, and testimonies from former employees who alleged that Rick had instructed them to manipulate records to obscure significant transactions. Among the most damning evidence was a series of messages between Rick and an unidentified supplier, where Rick reportedly discussed methods to erase the origins of an 18th century document believed to have been stolen from a university archive. In another set of messages, Rick was accused of planning transactions designed to bypass reporting requirements for large cash payments. In spite of mounting legal challenges, Rick remained publicly defiant. He appeared on numerous television programs, particularly on conservative-leaning networks, insisting that he was the target of a smear campaign aimed at bringing down porn stars. His loyal fans rallied behind him, spreading hashtags like #FreeRick and staging protests outside the courthouse to voice their disapproval of how the case was being handled. Nonetheless, for a portion of the public, Rick's downfall came as a major surprise, as his reputation as a sharp yet straightforward businessman on television became overshadowed by legal troubles. The final ruling left many, including legal professionals, stunned. In the courtroom, silence enveloped the space as the judge announced the decision. Rick, who had maintained composure throughout the trial, visibly turned pale upon hearing the verdict. His son, Corey, sat at the back with his head buried in his hands, while Chumley, Rick's longtime friend, hurriedly exited the courtroom in tears. Some analysts argued that the sentence was severe, given the accusations against Rick, but the judge emphasized that the punishment reflected not only the financial crimes, but also the irreversible harm caused to cultural and historical heritage, for which Rick bore responsibility. Despite the controversy surrounding the case, many devoted fans felt Rick deserved sympathy. They organized support groups on social media, highlighting that, despite the circumstances, porn stars had played a pivotal role in bringing history to life for audiences like never before. One fan commented, "Rick made me appreciate history in ways school never could. Now it's our chance to show him we remember the good things he brought." During the sentencing hearing, the judge remarked, "Mr. Harrison, you presented yourself to the American public as a guardian of history, a person who values artifacts and cherishes our common heritage. In reality, you participated in an illegal trafficking network that contributed to the systematic looting and destruction of priceless cultural heritage for personal profit. This court cannot ignore the seriousness of these actions." Those striking words reverberated through the courtroom, signaling the end of Rick Harrison's celebrated career as the face of porn stars. Following the verdict, Rick's legal team promptly filed an appeal, claiming the sentence was overly harsh and infringed on his civil rights, given the non-violent nature of the offense. They also sought his release on bail while awaiting the appeal, but the request was denied. Rick, being escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs, quickly became a defining image across newspapers and social media platforms. Public opinion was sharply divided. Many of Rick's devoted supporters voiced doubts, suggesting foul play in the case and arguing that he had been unfairly targeted as a scapegoat for broader issues within the artifact trade. Conversely, historians and cultural heritage advocates applauded the severe sentence, viewing it as a crucial step in curbing the illegal antiquities market. In reaction, Rick's fan base launched a Hearts for Harrison campaign, amassing over 100,000 signatures to push for a sentence review. Melissa Jenkins, the campaign leader, stated, "We acknowledge Rick may have made a mistake, but this punishment isn't justice, it's vengeance. A life sentence for a nonviolent offense is deeply unfair. We urge everyone to sign the petition or contribute to Rick's legal fund. Every prayer, every message of encouragement, and every small donation can help him have a fair chance at an appeal." Rick's son, Corey Harrison, shared heartfelt remarks, saying, "My father may have made mistakes, but he did not deserve to die in prison. He deserves the opportunity to make amends." In the meantime, the History Channel swiftly cut all ties with Rick, officially canceling Porn Stars and removing all reruns from its lineup. In a formal statement, the network expressed profound disappointment in Rick's actions, while reaffirming its unwavering commitment to honoring and safeguarding cultural heritage. Once a cherished television personality, Rick Harrison now faces a drastically different chapter in his life, marked by controversy, legal troubles, and unresolved questions. Prior to these issues, Rick was not only a prominent figure in reality television, but also a savvy entrepreneur who successfully built a business empire that extended far beyond the gold and silver pawn shop. Rick's entrepreneurial drive led him to establish multiple restaurants and bars in Las Vegas, with plans to expand to other cities. While the scandal severely damaged his reputation, his contributions remained significant. Currently, Corey Harrison has assumed full control of the gold and silver pawn shop's operations. Although the initial customer turnout declined following the legal issue, the shop remains a popular Las Vegas attraction. To rebuild public trust, Corey is focused on rebranding the business by prioritizing transparency in all transactions and collaborating with museums and educational organizations to promote ethical practices in collecting. 6 months after Rick's conviction, Corey shared his thoughts in a heartfelt interview, discussing the difficulties of managing the family business while addressing the issues brought up during the trial. He stated, "He implemented rigorous verification processes for every transaction. What happened was wrong, and we are committed to being part of the solution, not the problem." Austin Chumley Russell, who considered Rick a mentor and father figure, shared his mixed emotions as well. "Rick taught me invaluable business lessons that I'll carry with me forever," Chumley remarked during a podcast interview. "But I've had to come to terms with the fact that there was a side of him I either didn't notice or maybe I didn't want to see." For the Harrison family, their priority now is to support Rick through his appeal while working to restore the reputation and ensure the future of their renowned pawn shop. Corey's unexpected leadership of the business surprised many, given his previously impulsive demeanor on Pawn Stars. However, his sharp business skills have demonstrated his ability to guide the family's legacy forward. "The encouragement from fans has been a lifeline for my father," Corey shared in a recent press release, adding that Rick reads every letter sent to him and finds strength in the unwavering belief people still have in the Harrison family. Throughout these challenging times, the family has organized weekly vigils every Sunday outside the pawn shop, where devoted fans gather to show their support for Rick. For those unable to visit Las Vegas, the family encourages them to send letters, cards, or even photos highlighting cherished memories of Pawn Stars that once brought joy to its audience. Corey, son of Rick Harrison, shared, "Small gestures like these mean the world to a man facing the darkest period of his life." Despite the challenges, Corey remains optimistic about the future of the gold and silver pawn shop. He stated, "My father taught me everything about this business. The good values he taught me are the cornerstone of what I am constructing now. We've made some significant mistakes, but this store has been a part of Las Vegas for over 30 years, and I'm determined to make sure it remains there for at least another 30. Rick Harrison's life has been nothing short of remarkable. From a humble pawnbroker to a successful entrepreneur, reality television star, and now a life sentence inmate, his dramatic journey underscores how quickly fortunes can shift, especially under the unforgiving glare of fame. Cultural critics have compared Rick's downfall to a Shakespearean tragedy, noting how a man deeply knowledgeable about history ultimately turned the very artifacts he treasured into tools of his own undoing. His story now serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of success and the thin line between savvy business tactics and illegal activity. This shocking turn of events has not only sent shockwaves through the world of reality television, but has also left his family's business in a fragile state, missing the dynamic leadership that once drove it forward. During these challenging times, Rick Harrison relies heavily on the support of those around him. If you've been a fan of Pawn Stars who have enjoyed Rick's contributions to the show through the years, you might consider sending him messages of encouragement, positive thoughts, or prayers. The Harrison family has launched a dedicated website where supporters can leave messages, which will then be passed along to Rick while he is in prison. According to his family, these messages from fans have been a vital source of comfort and strength for him during this challenging period. Additionally, the website includes an address where letters of support can be sent, with the hope that each note will bring a bit of hope and positivity to Rick during this difficult chapter. The family has expressed that Rick has always valued the love of the Pawn Stars audience, and your continued support means more to him now than ever before. The ongoing story of Rick Harrison remains an unexpected and dramatic chapter in the world of reality television. That's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep discovering incredible stories about celebrities, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, All L Profiles, and turn on the notification bell. We'll be back soon with more. Until then, stay safe.